In today's video, we find out what happens when Boss Raz meets the Boss Spire Guardian inside a Fortnite Battle Royale. So many of you guys have been requesting this video, and I cannot wait to show you guys the outcome which we have. So, if you are new around here, roughly 98% of you guys watching this video right now aren't subscribed, so tap that subscribe button, let's get to 300,000, and don't forget to support me in the item shop with code POSTBOXPART. Thank you anyone considering to do that. Now, the plan was simply to take Boss Raz all the way over to the Spire Guardian over at Sweaty, and I'll explain some more on why we chose Sweaty in a second. Have you guys ever wanted to try YouTube for yourself? Well, listen up right now. I've got a very special sponsor coming in from Skillshare, which provides thousands of classes across a variety of different topics so you guys can learn new skills for experts, beginners, or even professionals. A class which I've been taking recently is from MKBHD, where he goes over his YouTube career and how he started and how he would go ahead and actually shoot a video. This course is absolutely amazing. I've learned a lot of tips from this and applied them to this channel right now. So honestly guys, check this course out. It's great. And if you want to be a YouTuber or want to get started in this space, it's a great course to watch. Not only does Skillshare just have classes like this, it has a variety of other ones from art and design to music and so much more. There is something for everyone on Skillshare. And if you guys aren't already aware, the first 1,000 people to use my link in the description will be able to join Skillshare and explore their entire site for free with a free premium trial. It's great. You can join as a member on Skillshare and take whatever course you want and learn so many new skills. It's such an awesome platform, and with as little as $10 a month with an annual subscription, it's great. Check them out down below. Now, before we jump into some gameplay, my plan was to make sure everything was destroyed on the entire map leading up to the Spire over at Sweaty. The reason for this is so it was easier for us as players to move the Boss Raz over there inside of Battle Labs. Yeah, guys, Battle Labs returned. It actually worked. We complained about it and we got it back. So Battle Labs is back inside of Fortnite, which is nice. But you can see I covered the entire river with my team right here. Big shout out to Faulty for doing this. And you can see we managed to cover the entire river all the way over to the center section where the Spire is. There's still a little bit to go on the covering, which I'll show you guys how we did that now. We simply got a bunch of players and just began covering this section and making sure this was all covered. Now, for those that have seen the old Boss Meet videos back in season 4, if you haven't already, checked them out after this, but we had to cover the river because if you guys remember, bosses that get stuck in the water can't be impulsed out. So the reason we cover the river is so they don't get stuck in the stream, and it allows us to move them a lot faster. Otherwise, we'd be waiting a little bit of time for them to come out of the stream, which can take up a lot of time in this situation. So that's us covering the river right here, and that's the reason why we do that. Otherwise, we just wouldn't generally do it because you wouldn't need to, but it's very important that we don't waste time impulsing them because you just never know what could happen when you're impulsing them, and you've got to have that perfect shot. So covering the water just makes things 10 times easier. So after we covered the water, we were set to go, and we were basically ready to impulse Boss Raz all the way over to the location by Sweaty Sands, which is the Spire Guardian, which is just located outside of Sweaty, which is probably the easiest one to get to terrain-wise. Now, jumping into some gameplay, it was time to decide what loot we needed. So I decided to set up a little loot drop-off point where my team would drop off a bunch of cabbages, thousands of arrows, as well as a bunch of impulses / shockwaves, should I say, if they do find them around the map. So that was their job. I had a total of 9 people joining on me on this one and helped me scavenge the whole map for as much loot as possible, and we managed to get a ton of arrows, which really did help out when coming to this because it took a lot longer than you think. This actually took a while to do. I'd say about 2 to 3 hours, so quite a bit of time because there was a lot of experimenting, and I'll explain exactly why in a second. So here was my loot by the end of it. Check this out, guys. There is absolute tons of loot right here, and this is what I ended up using. I had about 1,000-ish arrows. There were so many, as well as my team were all stacked in their inventory just in case I needed some additional ones while I was actually impulsing the bosses with my arrows using my shockwave bow, obviously. So let's jump into some footage of that and let's go over it. So first off, what I did is impulse Raz out of here. Lovely shockwave place right there, sending him flying out of his base, and now he's on top of the water. Now he was set to be shockwave bowed. The reason I decided to use the bow over the impulses is because it's 1, more accurate, and 2, you can also have more in your inventory. You can have a total of 30 arrows, which is crazy, or 31 should I say, so a decent amount of arrows to be fired on Raz, as well as my team can carry them for me, so it just allows me to do this a lot easier. And luckily enough, I've got a lot of experience at doing this from the early season 4 days. For those that have watched my videos back then, you know that I'm quite good at impulsing bosses. I'm not a pro, but I try my best to do my best of my ability, and they do swerve in some weird directions sometimes. But you can see we did manage to get Raz in a decent spot. We got him away from that awful terrain area, and now we're going to send send him all the way over to the sweaty section. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder what's going to happen when these two actually meet each other. I think it's going to be quite exciting and something which everyone should be looking forward to. So here we go, moving in a little bit closer. I decided to go into the replay right now, which you can see a little bit of an overview of this. Moving in Raz towards the sweaty area. You can see these impulses are doing pretty well. Some of them are missing, but some of them are hitting, and we're sending him his best distance. Again, we can't hit Raz. Otherwise, the battle between these two would be totally unfair, and we do not want that here on the channel. So that is why my shots have to be perfect against Raz right here. But Raz is getting so close to the Spire Guardian right now, and this is when we're going to find out what's going to happen when these two actually meet. Is the Spire Guardian going to battle Raz? Are they going to be friends? We'll have to see. Here you can see currently Raz and the Spire Guardian are in the same POI, and they're just not targeting each other just yet because they're looking for opponents, and I think they're attached to us. So we can't exactly see if these two are going to test each other and battle each other yet. They're so close to each other right now, but it looks like the Guardian is currently attached to one of our players, and Raz is also attached to a different player. Therefore, they're not targeting each other just yet. Raz is walking very, very close to the Guardian right here. He's definitely got his eye on someone in the distance, though. You can see his exclamation mark has someone marked. He's pulling back his bow and shooting it. That is same with the Guardian. Is the Guardian looking for Raz here? Oh no, not just yet. Guardian's still targeting us. Raz is aimed towards the Guardian now. Are they going to fight? Is this it? Are they going to battle each other, the Guardian and Raz? Okay, not just yet. Raz is having a little jump there. What is he doing? He's looking at someone over there in the distance, and the Guardian is also attached to someone. I think what we're going to need to do is take the Guardian to the Spire instead, so we can find out what happens when these two battle. So jumping back in, it was time to move the Guardian over to Raz's Spire this time. The reason I've decided to do this is because there's too many players around, and they're getting too crowded and obviously a little bit attached to the players rather than the other NPCs. So this time we're going to make the Guardian and Raz be in the same area at the same time. Raz will also use his super as well, so we'll be able to see if that attaches to the Guardian. Will Raz's super attach to it? It's unknown exactly if it will attach to the Guardian or not, but obviously time will tell once we get this Guardian over to Raz. It's not too far to go. With some perfect impulses, we should be okay, and we should be able to get there as quickly as possible. You can see some perfect shots going off from me right here. This allows the Guardian to move a lot quicker. This game has been going on for about an hour and 20 minutes as I'm recording this right now, so we've got a lot of time going in this, and obviously we're going to try our best to get this done before the storm does close in. Thankfully, Battle Labs is here, which allows us these 4-hour lobbies-ish, so we're doing pretty well. Guardian is in a good position. Raz is also in an okay position. He's heading back up the Spire, and if we can get this Guardian in a little bit closer, we'll be able to see what happens when possibly Raz uses his super. Will it actually attach to this Guardian or not? That is the question first. We're going to find out that, and then if that doesn't happen, we'll have a look what else we can do to see if we can get these two to battle each other in this situation. So super first, let's send the Guardian up. Okay, lovely ping right there. That's a lovely impulse. Sends it on the little upper section there. If we can get another impulse, actually I think she's just going to generally break that wall. If we can break that wall up there next to her, we should allow her. Oh, she's teleported in. She's actually used her teleport feature to get off there, and she's now inside of the Spire with Raz. You can see her going up the stairs right here. Raz is also located just down to the left here. Raz and the Guardian are very, very close right now. This is going to be, are they going to battle? Looks like Raz is actually going to use his super, and Raz activates his super, and wait a second, it doesn't attach to the Guardian? Okay, looks like they may actually possibly be teaming right there. That is a first. I did not expect that. Raz's super did not attach to the Guardian right there. So now we've got to try and get Raz to be very, very close to the Guardian and get them to hit each other either with their bow or their AR, just in case they are going to battle each other. Okay, so we've switched straight into the replay, and as you can see, the Spire Guardian and Raz are very, very close from meeting right now. The plan was to get them to meet on this stair section. They both love to walk up these stairs. We actually changed the Spire Guardian midway through this video, by the way. This is actually the Spire Guardian from the one over at Weeping, for those that just want to know. We changed it because I thought, you know what, we may as well change it because we've accidentally damaged the other one by this point. We decided to change them out. They're basically the same. So this is the Weeping one, and you can see Raz is very close. That's why the Spire Guardian wants to walk back to Weeping rather than Sweaty. You can see they're heading towards that direction, but that makes it perfect to get these two to meet, because on this upcoming stair section right here, they're actually going to allow them to both walk over this section. And you can see, look how close these two are to each other right now. What we've got to do is make these two hit each other. So look closely on the gunfire right here. You can see we've got the Spire Guardian right here, we've got Raz as well. So far they're not aiming for each other, but they definitely are aiming for the same target. They aren't aiming for each other in this situation, but they're aiming for the same target, which is interesting. So all we need to do is have one of these hit each other, and that'll be able to tell us if they are going to battle or not. You can see the Spire Guardian is currently reloading. Raz is also reloading as well. He's pulling back his bow. Are they going to hit each other right now? We need the Spire Guardian to possibly hit Raz with the AR, or even Raz to hit the Spire Guardian with the bow. You can see we've got a banana jumping over. Raz and the Spire Guardian are very, very close to each other right now. You can see the exclamation marks above their head, and they are in rage mode, targeted on somebody. Is this possibly going to be it? Is the Guardian going to hit Raz? The Guardian is lowering down her gun right here. Come on, all we've got to do is get her to fire, and she is shooting, and it looks like a few bullets are actually hitting Raz right here, and that confirms that Spire Guardian and Raz are actually teams. They are partners. They do not rebel against each other, which is a crazy conclusion to make right now, because in the previous video where we did Spire Assassin versus Spire Guardian, the outcome was completely different. Check it out. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll link it in a second at the end of the video, but you can see between these two, it's absolutely crazy to conclude that these two have team. Wow. Raz and Spire Guardian are on the same team. Raz has power of the Guardians, which is crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you once again for Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, guys, the first 1,000 people who click the link down below and sign up to Skillshare will get a free trial for premium. So make sure you go and check that out, guys. Go and explore Skillshare and expand your creative career right now.